the Munsters, they took a comedic spin on monsters, on a dark thing like monsters. How are you reflecting on that experience, on taking something like monsters and making it, being a part, making it funny?
Well, you know, at that time, I mean, we were a functional family. We were a little different, a little weird, but, and I think that's what made it work and what's made it timeless is because it's kind of a family show, and I know a lot of people say, well, you know, they only let their children watch the shows from the 60s because, you know, they're different than now. Kind of portraying dysfunctional families now as normal. But, and it was nice for me because I didn't have to spend 2 hours in makeup in the morning and an hour getting out of the makeup at night. So there were some perks.
You know, basically I did a lot of comedy. I like to laugh, and the Munsters was just a show, it was a job. I had no idea it would evolve into a 50-year career of being Eddie Munster, but it's funny, it's just part of entertainment. Entertainment is entertainment. I happened to have been on a show that was based on the Universal Monsters that showed comedy. But at the same time, I really enjoyed the old monster movies, the Frankensteins, the Draculas, the Wolfmans. I think that genre is really an interesting time to be viewing movies. And not only was it not early days of the movies, but somewhat early. But the black and white motif, it was really cool.
How'd you feel being the ugly one?
Oh, that was good. That was all right. I didn't mind that at all because, as I say, that makeup was very, very hard on the skin. And, you know, it took a long time to get in and out of it. So being the ugly one was perfect.
Do you feel the Munsters was a reaction to the other, like, family shows of the 1950s and 60s?
I think that now, I mean, we were just because we had the makeup and everything that we did was just a little bit different. But really, all of our problems and family problems were the same. And Uncle Herman went to work, and Aunt Lily went to work, and I went to school, and little Eddie went to school, and we had our meals together and all. Lots of the same things, but just a totally different take, which I think that's what made it so popular, because it was different.
What are you afraid of?
What am I afraid of? Heights. I'm not too crazy about heights, although I did go skydiving for my 60th birthday, but I didn't like it. I won't do it again. I'm not too crazy about spiders, but, you know, I'm not too scared of too many things. No, you know, that's about it.
You know what? I have never thought of us as being in a fear culture, because Uncle Herman was so big and lovable, you know, and to parents letting their children watch it wasn't scary to the children. I mean, it was just kind of big. Uncle and Grandpa, I mean, he was funny and did funny things and sweet and lovable. So, you know, when I go out to some of these horror shows, it's difficult for me to think of our show as being in that category, although we were different.
What would you say scares you? What frightens you?
Oh, what frightens me? Well, as a child, I was never allowed to go to any horror shows. I never saw horror films. I never saw Frankenstein, any of those things. I was never allowed to. So now, and of course, as a result of that, I was never afraid of the dark, never afraid of being alone, never, because I didn't have any fears. I know now, I still can't go to them. I don't have a mother telling me I can't, but I still can't, because they really scare me. I can't watch them, even on television. I turned on this, my granddaughter was living with me and watching The Walking Dead, so I turned on the TV to see what she was watching. Oh my word. I just said, oh, I can't watch anything like this. 10 minutes, I mean, it just scared me to death.
I actually don't like scary movies. I'm not really a big fear guy. I mean, I like thrillers, and I have seen scary movies, but I'm not really into the Saw and Hostel and all that kind of stuff were just blood and guts, slasher movies. Although some of my friends are in all of them. It's interesting. It's an adrenaline rush. It's it's kind of like an addiction for people. They get a rush out of it, and I'm sure for some people it's like some kind of a buzz, I suppose.
In what way do you think that this show reflected, American family values or the American family at the time?
Well, it did very much. It was we always ate dinner together. We always had family values, and there was always a lesson to be learned. It was very much a social commentary from the '60s. It was like you didn't want to live next door to the Munsters, but once you got to know them, they were okay. So it wasn't like judge a book by its cover. It was done by the people that Leave It to Beaver for 6 or 7 years, so they had a lot of the. I mean, I used to make jokes that it could have been Ward Munster or Herman Cleaver, could have been interchangeable father figures. That Herman, once Fred Gwynn started speaking, Herman Munster was not Frankenstein. He became the lovable, father figure to the family. He went to work every day. He came home. We had dinner we always had dinner together. A very strong family value show.